Hi all, this is hi all. This is a review of a few forex trades I did today on October 9, 2018. So the first one is Aussie Kiwi. The setup I was interested in here was congestion here by the sellers, as I saw that this was sellers building up the positions, and I thought it was that, not the buyers, because of this reason. That is, volume on this low was low and decreasing, and so I thought probably the buys were being absorbed over here, especially after this move down. And then after this strong move up by the buyers and this very strong move down by the sellers, I thought volume is increasing, and it's happening as the sellers are showing power and control. And after this move up by the buyers and the sellers start to kick in, failing to make a higher than this area over here, I thought this is probably where the breakout will happen. So I got in around there with target over here. Now the reason I had my target over here, even though this is a logical reaction, so it was, I saw that over here there was congestion and the breakout happened and was completely developed, and then there was another congestion over here. And even though this congestion was smaller than this congestion, I thought there was good chances for the price to go deeper than this breakout area over here. So that's the reason I was aiming for a bit more profit, or aiming for a wider target. Now, my management of this trade was not good. I mixed up the management of this trade. Mixed up two approaches I could have taken. I did half of each instead of one of either. So, in this trade, I did not. This was the logical reaction area for the buyers. I did not take out any profits over there because I was thinking it would be easier for me to take out profits if I see consolidation over here, and if consolidation based pullback, then I'd be more inclined to take out profits. But I suddenly changed my mind over here when I saw this consolidation happening, thinking buyers need to go up. So I put my stops over here and it got taken out. What I failed to account for is this consolidation versus this huge build up of positions by the sellers. Clearly, this has precedence, so I could have still had my stops above over here and given this the chance to perform, giving these sellers a chance to perform again. So that was the first trade management approach I could have taken if I was confident in the story and everything, which I was. And then I probably would have gotten out around this area once I saw that there was a failure to make a lower low. So I would have gotten out around the same area, but I would have given the trade more chances to perform. The other trade management approach I could have taken was simply take out all of my profits, or portion of my profits around here at the first logical reaction zone. But the error in this trade was I did half of both. I didn't take out profits over here, and I didn't give the trade enough room to run over here. So ended up on that one with less profit than I should have gotten. Next trade was Kiwi Yen. So in this one, hourly, so I saw in the 1 hourly that sellers were coming down in a very choppy way, and then there was some consolidation happening over here at this area where the range, and it indicated to me that a range was forming, or a range type structure, because it failed to make a lower low. So I got interested in this on the 15 minutes, and I was only interested to take this up to this area over here, which is the breakout zone of these sellers building up their positions before they came down. So on the 15 minutes, what I saw was, okay, there's some build up of positions over here. The moves down don't really break this low, and then once I saw this very nice strong move up by the buyers, I thought this is good chances that the buyer is going to perform and go up to over here. But there was a bit of FOMO in my entry because it was near a seller's area, but I was confident in the overall story that would go up. That's why I decided to take it, and I decided to take it with two things in mind in terms of how I would approach the pullback. If it was a reaction-based pullback, that is a pullback that is just taking away sell liquidity from around here, with that, then I would have been more inclined to hold on to the trade. But if I saw a consolidation pullback like that, like I saw over here, so consolidation first, then a breakout. If I saw that kind of pullback, I was less inclined to hold on for that one, because I think consolidation-based pullbacks are typically stronger. So I got out on a failure of these buys on this swing to break this high. As you can see, I gave the trade fair chance to perform. Now, even though this consolidation happened for a smaller, was smaller than this consolidation over here by the buyers, I didn't want to take the risk of it going down because I expected a stronger pullback, which is indeed what happened. Management of the trade and everything was good. The entry was not too great, but it was decent, especially given the idea that I was confident of this buy performing. The main mistake was I could have still stalked this trade depending on how this pullback came in. The is not invalid until this area is taken out. Until this low is taken out, the idea for the buy still holds. So I could have gotten back in around here or around here, but I did not have it on my watch list before. I removed it on my watch list before the overall trade idea was invalidated. So that was the main mistake in this trade, and as you can see, the trade performed right up to my target very nicely, and that was really the area to get out. Next trade was US CAD. So in this one, the story for this starts from the daily. So on the daily, I saw that sellers built up their positions over here, starting to kind of come down, and then I saw this as a test of this resistance, this purple resistance over here. Now, so I was thinking good chances for a sell, but I think the mistake was I anticipated that this sell would not be the one making to really perform and make a lower low. I thought there would still need to be more build up of sell positions over here. And the reason I thought that was I saw that there was strong sellers coming down over here, strong buyers coming over here. There was not much reaction over here. This was a daily reaction zone, tracking back to all the way over here. And since this was a daily reaction zone, I thought, given that there was some sort of consolidation over here on the 1 hourly, this move up over here was based on 1 hourly consolidation, 1 hourly build up of positions. So I thought for the sellers to truly come down, there needs to be 1 hourly consolidation of the sellers over here. So that was my thinking. That's why I anticipated more of a range over here. So that anticipation, I think, was possibly a little bit premature, right? A little bit premature, and especially since the real buyer's support is around here, not over here, right? Buyer's support is over here, so I could have still aimed for at least this low of this range. So I think for that reason, because I was already set the idea that it needs to react from over here and build up more positions, I was a bit blind to the actual evidence of how the sellers would react. So that's why I got at less profit than I potentially could have in this situation. But the overall trade, I think the logic was pretty clear. So buys come up, sells come down, very good reaction area. And I see these spikes, these three spikes down, and I saw that as, okay, that's just buyers being taken out, right? Buyers are being collected, buy orders are being collected by these spikes, and then after this spike up, testing the seller's area, that was a good point to get in for a sell. I got in over here because this appeared in my scans only over here, and I had a pretty smooth move down to my profit. So nothing much to say, nothing much else to say about that. The final trade I did was Aussie CAD. So in this one, the story I saw was, I saw on the 1 hourly, very good move by the buyers over here. And I saw that this, I was confident that this is the buyer's breakout for these reasons. Number one, this price action over here happening on lower volume, and then buyers come up, start to hold, buyers come up again, show increased volume and everything, and they start to hold, and I thought that is probably where the breakout is going to happen. So, and I was targeting just initially this area. So this has good potential to even get up to around this area over here to the daily zone. But initially, I was just looking towards this area. So I went down to the 15 minutes to see the details of this. Let me just remove the alerts. Okay, just removing the alerts. Okay, so I saw that over here there was a bit of FOMO in this entry, absolutely, but I was confident in the overall story. But I did not trust my analysis to really justify saying that I was confident in the overall story. I did not trust my analysis, so it doesn't mean anything that I was confident in the overall read and overall story. So got in over here, a little bit of FOMO, but I got in once I saw that these strong buyers were starting to react from this area, and then the pullback started happening. And I think this is due to correlation reasons. Aussie was becoming weak, Canadian dollar was already a bit strong. Now, I did not get out over here because my stops are over here, and I need to see chances of, I need to see evidence of failures, right? I need to see evidence of failures. So buyers build up positions over here and start to move up. I move my stops below here at this point. Okay, so I had my stops over here once this move happened, but I just saw what I wanted to see in the correlations around this point when I saw temporary Aussie strength, Aussie weakness, and CAD strength. Temporary. I just saw what I wanted to see. I don't think there's any real logic to it. My psychology was tested and challenged in this trade, and I held out over here. I think it was still logical all the way up to this point, and I just got out. Especially since it was not really anticipated. Did not really anticipate this strong move down, especially such a strong pullback to happen. Whereas in my previous trade about New Zealand yen, I at least had a plan for how to treat the pullback. So that was the main error in this trade. As we can see, the trade did perform and everything. Could have re-entered over here, but I was going to sleep. I think need to manage my psychology better for when I'm in drawdown after my entries. Okay. So that's all for the trades today. Thanks, and comments and questions are very much welcome. I think this is a nice first area of profit. Stops would be around here at this point. Okay, so thank you.